And joining me now is Omer Ozkizilcik, a security analyst and non-residential fellow at the Atlantic Council. Very good to have you on the program. You're there in Damascus. Can you describe what you experienced there today, 1 year after the fall of Assad?
Yeah, I'm in Damascus since yesterday, and the people are celebrating literally since yesterday. Since I arrived, celebrations never stopped, and I was in the early hours of this morning to Mayad Square. Up until recently, I just entered my hotel room, and the people were still celebrating, and it's incredible to see. Apparently, fireworks don't run out. They have a non-limited amount of fireworks here in Damascus, and the people are very joyful. And it's quite astonishing and great to see that the people are still joyful after 1 year of the fall of the Assad regime, and that the people are still celebrating and enjoying their time in Syria. And I have seen many people, many refugees from Turkey, from Lebanon, from Jordan, who have returned back to Syria, and the people are approaching their future still with hope, which is quite encouraging. And more importantly, one of the major slogans of the people on the streets at Omer Square was that the Syrian people are one, are united. And this is an important message that the people see in this revolution.
So do you think this sort of sense of joy and this celebration, is it warranted? I mean, the path that Syria is on, is it leading to a good future?
When I was here a year ago, just a day after the fall of the Assad regime, many questions were on the horizon, and the answers were unclear. Would the new Syrian government be accepted? How would Syria revive? Would Syria turn into a second round of civil war? And now, a year after, we see that actually Syria accomplished quite a lot in a year. Syria has been reintegrated into the international community, despite some flare-up of violence in the coastal areas and in Sueda. We see that in international comparison, Syria is quite stable, despite the post-war trauma and despite 14 years of civil war. We see that state institutions have begun working. And one of the major difference than a year ago is that the people are celebrating, but now organized. The police is everywhere. We had to go through several security checkpoints to approach the Umayyad Square. They searched you. This was not present a year ago. And the military parade across Syria in multiple towns has also shown that the number of the Syrian army personnel and police forces have increased dramatically. So what's happening now in Syria is actually quite a big achievement, and this achievement is primarily a result of the steadfastness and the power of the Syrian people, but also the policies of the international community to give Syria a chance and to help Syria to stand on its own feet.
Omer, as you were speaking, we're looking at pictures from earlier today when Alsharaa was speaking, holding his sort of anniversary speech. He was wearing his military outfit instead of that suit that we've seen him using in these meetings at the White House, for example. What do you think he wanted to signal by wearing this military fatigue?
This is the same clothes he wore when he entered Damascus the first time. So I think this is more like a nostalgia to a year ago when he had this same clothes on and he entered Damascus. He prostrated when he entered Damascus. He visited the Umayyad Mosque. And again, today he visited the Umayyad Mosque. He met with the people. But also, this gives a message that the Syrian military is now not attacking the Syrian people, but trying to protect it. And the military parade, it was quite an experience for me to see how the people were joyful when the helicopters arrived. Because a year ago, when helicopters arrived in Syria and they heard helicopters, they would run away to save their lives because these helicopters would attack them with barrel bombs. But now the people are celebrating when they see helicopters, which is a huge change, and which is actually normal. What's happening in Syria is now that's normal, but the military output of Alsharaa is a nostalgia, but I also believe that the military parades across Syria in all the towns and him wearing this military uniform has a subtle but not direct message to northeastern Syria, where people are being forbidden from celebrating this anniversary.
All right, Omer Ozkizilcik live for us in Damascus, where I imagine celebrations will be going on for a couple of more hours at least during the night. Thank you so much.